Good morning, YouTube. It's another unboxing day. Okay, so first of all, let me say thanks a lot. We already got to 200 subscribers, so thanks so much to all of you that subscribe to the channel. Obviously, you know about the giveaway. Being that you're a subscriber, you can just comment on my review videos and be able to win one of the 10 watches that are in my giveaway. Anyway, thanks a lot for making me reach the 200 mark. We need to get to 250 for the next giveaway, which is this Lorus. I know we're still into like really cheap watches as reward, but you know, we'll get there to the point when I'm actually giving away my spring drive. So you know, there's more interesting thing, and the Zelos as well, so there's more interesting things coming up. But you know, I'm really happy to have reached the 200 subscribers, so thanks a lot for that. So for this unboxing today, I actually brought out this this knife because someone was commenting on my struggles. It's like, yeah, you can get a better thing, and you can see with the knife is much better than with the scissors I was using. It's true. So let's proceed. Okay, so the outer layer is gone. Now it's the bubble wrap. Someone even said for ASMR purposes, you should actually pop the bubble wraps. I might make a channel just about, you know, I'm popping all the bubble wraps that I have at home. More ASMR. Okay, so let's see. It's a very thin box in the style of some, you know, some brands. They like to do their square boxes, the typical, you know, like square box, and then some other brands, they prefer the slim. You can see there's a nice silver Japanese recycling logo there, which means this is a Japanese watch, and there it is. It's my first ever Citizen, which is for me quite exciting. I got into Citizen lately because I found, I'm not aware about all the watches that are around. So the other day, for some reason, I stumbled in this really nice quartz watch that Citizen does. It's called the Citizen. It's like the high level brand of Citizen. And Citizen is a really interesting company because they own Miyota, they own some really important Swiss brands. They have an amazing history of first. They were actually the first Japanese company to market a quartz watch in Japan a couple of years before Seiko. They have a lot of firsts, okay? And they're a very historic brand in Japan since the early 20th century. They started with another name, and then the mayor of Tokyo, he saw these watches, this kind of cheap watches or people's watches, and similarly to what happened in Germany with the Volkswagen, you know, the people's car. They named that watch, that wristwatch, the Citizen's watch. So the Citizen's watch became Citizen. So Citizen, they do have a special line of very fancy watches that is called the Citizen. And that watch is a quartz watch, similarly to the 9F movement of Grand Seiko. But in the case of Citizen, it's an eco drive, so it's a solar-powered watch that has a really amazing paper, Japanese rice paper dial which because it's rice paper is translucent and lets the solar light, the light come in, not just the solar light, any light get in inside so it can recharge the watch. That is an amazing movement that has 5 seconds of ear accuracy, which is even better than the 10 seconds of Grand Seiko's 9F movement. But those watches, like the Grand Seiko 9F, they cost around $2,000 dollars, euro, whatever, francs, pounds. So 2000, it's a really nice watch, but it's an amazing quartz, but it's 2000. And this one actually, it's not a quartz, it's an automatic, which is a little bit of an irony, because in Japan we have quartz 2000, and this is a JDM as well, JDM only market watch. I had to import it from Japan, but let's see it. There you go. So you already see everything is in Japanese because, again, it's a Japanese market watch, even though it has an international warranty, which is good, with also English text. And then we have a lot of tags. The box is quite nice, I would say. But let's get to the point, which is the watch. So you see, it's an automatic. And there you go. There's some plastic. My God, I can already see how amazing this dial and the finishing on this watch is. It's just really special. Okay, so you see this really, really nice blue-green dial. There's a lot of tags, which, it's kind of typical in Japanese packaging of the JDM market. The movement is a Miyota, even though, because Citizen owns Miyota, and when Citizen puts Miyota in their own watches, it has a Citizen caliber name. Also, you see a special rotor, asymmetric in this case, rotor, and I believe it's probably a bit better finished. You see there's a lot of engraving in gold, not actual gold, but gold color. And so yeah, it's a good Miyota movement. Let's see if I can take these tags off just to show the watch better. Okay, second tag gone. So the price in Japan is 126 or 115. I guess that's before taxes and after taxes, which is around, I would say, $600-700, pounds, francs, whatever. Okay, so what's special about this watch? Well, particularly that dial. That is a silver leaf dial. So similarly to the Knot watch that I have here, that I have already unboxed the other day, this is a platinum leaf dial. This is a silver leaf dial. So similar concept, with the difference that this one has the natural color, while this one, basically, it's covered with lacquer. It's pigmented, so it becomes this green-blue color. And then it has a layer of lacquer on top of it to preserve the dial, because obviously they have to apply the markers and everything. And, that silver leaf would be ruined. And I don't know, it's just surprising the fact that basically the case is very, very similar, if not the same, of the case in the D-Citizen that I was talking to you about. The dial is almost kind of similar in the sense the style is the same. This is not a D-Citizen, this is a normal Citizen. But very similar style, very similar dimensions as well. This is a 38, that other one I think also is a 38. So very similar watches. This one has this silver leaf dial. That other one has very similar looking, but rice paper dial. So very similar in everything. Obviously, there might be some difference in the finishing, but I haven't had one. This Citizen in my hands, so I cannot say. But then the main difference, of course, is the movement. This one is automatic, and that one has that amazing EcoDrive quartz movement. But what I mean to say is, like, even my Casios, even a cheap Casio that has Bluetooth and radio control, the multiband 6, you can get one for 100. They, get regulated 6-7 times every day by the radio control, by the connection by Bluetooth with your phone. So they're even more accurate than that quartz. They're even more accurate than the Grand Seiko quartz, So if you want an accurate quartz, you'd only have to spend 100 for a Casio, for a G-Shock. You don't need to spend more. You don't need to spend those 2,000s, Obviously, those watches, they have an amazing finishing, an amazing everything, quality materials, and they are somehow comparable to this, let me get it, this Oceanus from Casio, which again, it's a quartz, it's Bluetooth, it's multiband, and it's around 2,000. This is the most expensive Oceanus, but the thing with this Oceanus is also that the dial is made with urushi makie, artisanal process made by hand by an artisan that sprinkles the gold and the platinum on the dial. So there's something special about it, in the handmade manufacturing of it. In the case of this Citizen and the case of the Grand Seikos, obviously we have the usual thing, the Zaratsu polishing and so on. But is that rice paper dial better, than this silver leaf? Is that, I don't know, in the case of Grand Seiko, they have several different dials, so the prices can go from as low as 1,000 and something to 2,000, 5,000, 6,000, whatever it is. I don't know. I think, this is a great value watch for the 500, more or less, 500-600, with the silver leaf dial, which is really amazing. I don't know if you can see it very well, because one thing they chipped out a little bit on is the fact that the anti-reflectiveness is not amazing, I can say. So the reflections on the dial, they're a bit annoying, because if you want to see that amazing dial, obviously here we're in the studio light, so there's a lot of reflection. But yeah, it could be maybe a bit better. But, the dial is really amazing. The color of it, the texture of it, it really deserves macro shots, which I will do when I review the watch, just to show it better. Anyway, as I was saying, 38 millimeters. The strap, the lug to lug, the lug width is a bit thin for my taste. I prefer a bit larger, but anyway, I would possibly change the strap, but I'm not sure, because the tone of the blue really matches very well with the watch. I think it's really pretty. For my first Citizen, I'm really happy. It's a very classy watch, as you can see. They make it in other colors as well. For sure, there's a white silver leaf, the same watch but with a white dial, and I think they sell it with a black strap. I obviously thought that the blue was much more, exciting, and I'm kind of craving that the Citizen with that quartz movement, but I'm also thinking, Why would I spend 4 times more to have that rice paper dial, which is amazing? You have to see it. It's really amazing. But why spend 4 times more when I have silver leaf here? And also, there must be some reason why, in Japan, quartz movement are probably better seen than in the West, because otherwise I wouldn't really understand why, they make a watch that is 2000, that is the top of the line for Citizen. I mean, obviously they want to push their EcoDrive, technology and the accuracy of it. I understand all the reasons, all the reasons why quartz is better than automatic. But as you know, here in the West, they don't sell Rolex Oyster quartz anymore, they only sell automatic Rolexes, because we don't value the accuracy, we value the sweeping hand, we value the mechanical aspect of it, the reason why people spend tens of thousands in those watches is that fascination for something that is from the past, because otherwise there would be no reason since quartz came out for mechanical watches anymore, and now that the smartwatches are out, even less so. So I guess we spend the money for the fascination of the mechanical aspect. I guess in Japan it's a different culture, it's a different way of seeing things, and they value the substance a bit more, so that accuracy, also the technological fit of quartz anyway, because it's not just about the accuracy. There are some amazing quartz with some amazing complications, in the sense, maybe they're not called complications, but in the case, for example, of the Grand Seiko, the 9F movement checks the temperature inside of the watch hundreds of times every day, which is an amazing feat, just to keep that time regulated better. Even though the Citizen quartz movement, I don't think it checks the temperature inside the watch, and still manages that EcoDrive movement still manages to be more accurate than the Grand Seiko. So instead of 10 seconds per year, the Citizen is 5 seconds per year. So it's debatable, But that Grand Seiko quartz movement is amazing. That EcoDrive, obviously, you have to see the stats. 5 seconds per year is amazing. And then, obviously, a Casio module, even in a watch that is 2000, like this one, you still have a Casio module that is probably not so amazing itself. I try to look up the module that is in this watch, and apparently that module is only in this watch. But it's a multiband 6, it's a Bluetooth movement module. So I'm wondering, how is it really better than, because the functions are the same. So how is it really better than, for example, the module that is in a G-Shock that they sell for 100? I honestly don't know. But the accuracy of that movement is perfection, because it gets regulated automatically several times every day. So, Anyway, I kind of digressed a little bit, but this being my first Citizen, I wanted to also, talk about this quartz versus automatic situation, because this watch for me is emblematic of that. You can basically get exactly the same watch in quartz and pay 4 times more for it. And having to discuss that, you have also to mention Grand Seiko, you also have to mention Casio. But sticking to this watch, I think it's really, really pretty. It's really a shame they don't sell it in the West. But again, guys, you can still find it. For example, in this case, I found it on Chrono24. You can also find it on eBay. It's an amazing watch. I love the color. I love the contrast between the blue and the silver. I would call it silver rather than steel. I mean, it's steel, obviously. But it's so nice, it shines so nice. The contrast between the blue and the silver, I really love it. And that dial is amazing. I'm not into classic watches like this normally, but this one, my God, I really, really love it. It also comes with a really nice butterfly clasp, as you can see. So, and this is, for me, is really important because never, never, never use buckles with leather straps. That's my mantra, because really, you know, a butterfly clasp, it saves, you know, it makes the life of the leather strap much longer, because you don't have every time to fiddle with the buckle, you know, and then the buckle pin that goes into the hole really, really over time very quickly degrades the, you know, ruins the strap. So butterfly clasp, really appreciated, coming from Citizen already by default on the watch, and it's a good quality one, of course. I mean, I'm saying this because I always swap all the buckles in my watches that have leather strap, with a butterfly clasp, because of that reason. I don't want the straps to be ruined, and you know, it's difficult to find nice butterfly clasps that match the watch. So when the manufacturer gives you one, it's always really, really, really appreciated. Okay, anyway, thanks for watching. This is more than enough. Remember the giveaway. Be subscribed to my channel. It's free. And then you just comment on my review videos and you can win 10 watches. The video link will have already appeared on the screen by now. So yeah, do it. Thanks a lot for watching, and bye.